Samsung is shaking things up with One UI 7.0, its latest Android 15-based update. From a fresh look across the interface to feature-packed app upgrades, Samsung is rolling out a huge visual and functional update for Galaxy users, and the camera app is no exception. Let's dive into everything you need to know about the big changes coming to Samsung's camera app and its suite of creative tools. First up, let's talk about the overall redesign. One UI 7.0 brings a whole new look, aiming for a more streamlined and user-friendly experience across the board. Samsung is tweaking icons, menus, and layouts to make the interface feel fresh and efficient, and these changes are being applied directly to the camera app, making it easier to navigate and enhancing its overall look and functionality. In previous versions like One UI 6.11, many AR-related features were bundled within the camera app under the R Zone section. Here, you could find AR Doodle, AR Emoji Camera, AR Emoji Studio, AR Stickers, Deco Pic, and Quick Measure, all of which added fun and practical functionality right within the camera. But with One UI 7.0, Samsung is taking a different approach. The company announced that it will be moving some of these popular features out of the camera app, turning them into standalone apps. This means AR Zone, Deco Pic, and Quick Measure will now be separate apps that you can download from the Galaxy Store. By separating these features, Samsung is aiming to simplify the camera app itself while giving users more flexibility in how they access these tools. Instead of navigating through multiple options within the camera app, you'll now be able to open AR Zone, Deco Pic, or Quick Measure directly from your app drawer. This should streamline the camera app's interface and make it quicker to access the core camera functions without the extra clutter of AR features. And there's a rebranding here too. AR Emoji as we know it will be renamed to Galaxy Avatar in One UI 7.0. The Galaxy Avatar feature will still allow users to create customizable emojis, but with a refreshed name to better align with Samsung's branding strategy. Samsung recently announced this change through a pop-up notification within the AR Zone, Deco Pic, and Quick Measure sections in the current camera app. This message gave users a heads up about the shift to standalone apps, with Samsung even offering an apology in case the transition causes any inconvenience. So if you're a frequent user of these features, keep an eye out for the standalone versions of the Galaxy Store when One UI 7.0 rolls out. As for when these changes will hit your device, Samsung has not given an exact release date, but we have some clues. Rumor has it that a beta version of One UI 7.0 could arrive as soon as November 17, with a stable release potentially early next year. And Galaxy S24 users will likely be the first to experience this upgrade right out of the box. So what does this mean for Galaxy users? With Samsung pushing AR Zone, Deco Pic, and Quick Measure as separate apps, you'll have a more organized camera app and easier access to these creative tools. Plus, moving these apps to the Galaxy Store opens up the possibility for more frequent updates and enhancements, as Samsung won't have to wait for a full system update to roll out new features or improvements. That's all for today's update on Samsung's big changes to the camera app in One UI 7.0. What do you think of this redesign? Are you excited about these upcoming features? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the latest in Samsung's Galaxy lineup. Now let's dive into the exciting showdown between two of the biggest heavyweights in the smartphone world, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both of these phones push the boundaries of mobile technology, offering cutting-edge features and exceptional performance. But which one takes the crown as the best big phone of 2024? Let's dive in and compare them side by side. Design. Starting with the design, both phones have distinct looks that reflect their brand identities. The iPhone 16 Pro Max stays true to Apple's iconic rectangular shape with flat sides and soft corners. This year, it features an even slimmer bezel, allowing for a larger 6.9-inch display. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, keeps its sleek, curved edges and integrates the ever-popular S Pen, a feature unique to Samsung's Ultra series. Size-wise, the differences are minimal. The iPhone 16 Pro Max measures 163mm at 77.6mm, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly shorter, but a bit wider at 162.3mm x 79mm. That extra width allows room for the S Pen, which gives Samsung an edge in productivity. Apple, however, introduces something new this year, the camera control button, a capacitive touch key that allows for zooming and other camera controls with a swipe. When it comes to color options, Apple sticks with its sophisticated muted tones, white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Samsung goes for more variety with options like titanium violet and yellow. And for those ordering through Samsung's website, you get access to exclusive colors like titanium blue and green. Display. Now, onto the display. Both phones deliver top-tier screen technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a 6.9-inch OLED display with a buttery-smooth 120Hz refresh rate. As with the iPhone 15 Pro series, you also get the always-on display feature, which lowers the refresh rate to just 1 Hz when the phone is idle. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind with its stunning 6.8-inch AMOLED display that also supports 120Hz refresh rates and an always-on feature. One advantage Samsung brings is an anti-reflective coating, making outdoor visibility much easier in bright sunlight, something the iPhone lacks. Both displays are breathtakingly vibrant, but there are subtle differences in color. The iPhone 16 Pro Max tends to lean towards warmer yellowish tones, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a cooler, more tealish hue. A standout feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop its brightness to just 1 nit for easier nighttime viewing, great for late-night scrolling. Performance. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-generation 3nm process. This makes it incredibly efficient, with significant improvements in heat dissipation and sustained performance compared to its predecessor, the A17 Pro chip. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra is no slouch either. It runs on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, custom-tuned for Galaxy devices. While the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performs well, especially in gaming and graphics-intensive tasks, it tends to throttle a bit sooner than Apple's A18 Pro under extreme stress. In benchmark tests, the iPhone 16 Pro Max leads in CPU performance, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra takes the edge in 3D graphics, scoring slightly higher in peak performance. However, Apple's new chip excels in long-term sustained performance, so if you're planning on pushing your phone to its limits, the iPhone may have a slight edge. Camera next. Let's discuss one of the most critical aspects of any flagship phone, the cameras. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 48-megapixel main sensor paired with a new 48-megapixel ultra-wide sensor and a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom. Apple has also introduced a new lens coating to minimize lens flare, addressing a common complaint in previous models. On the flip side, Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra brings its camera game with a 200-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel zoom lens, a 10-megapixel telephoto camera with 3x zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. Samsung has packed in more megapixels, but remember, megapixels aren't everything. The iPhone tends to produce more natural-looking photos, whereas the Galaxy S24 Ultra sometimes leans into oversaturation, delivering more vibrant images. In low-light photography, both phones perform exceptionally well, but Samsung's larger sensor can capture more detail in some scenarios. For video, the iPhone takes the crown with its 4K recording at 120 frames per second, ideal for capturing stunning slow-motion footage. While Samsung's camera app offers tons of customization, Apple's new camera control button provides a more intuitive experience for videographers. Battery life and charging. In terms of battery life, the iPhone 16 Pro Max packs a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra edges it out with a 5,000 mAh battery. Both phones are more than capable of lasting through a day of heavy use, but Samsung's slightly larger battery may give it a slight advantage. When it comes to charging, Samsung takes the lead. The Galaxy S24 Ultra supports 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt charging speed. Samsung also has reverse wireless charging, which allows you to charge other devices like earbuds on the back of your phone, something Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't offer. Software. Lastly, let's compare software. Both iOS and One UI are polished, mature operating systems, but they offer different user experiences. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a fantastic choice. But if you're looking for more customization options, better charging speeds, and love the idea of an S Pen, Galaxy S24 Ultra might be the perfect phone for you. Ultimately, both of these phones are top-tier devices with a ton to offer. Whichever one you choose, you're getting a powerful, feature-packed smartphone that will keep you ahead of the curve in 2024.